Good morning, everyone, and welcome again to Live from Trenton. I'm Tom Costantino, your host, and every show on Live from Trenton, we explore interesting news and information about industries, businesses, and issues affecting New Jersey. Today, we're going to be discussing architectural and engineering trends in New Jersey with the president of LAN Associates, Mr. Ken Karle. Ken graduated with distinction from Pennsylvania State University in 1978, receiving an architectural license in 1984 and his professional engineering and professional planning licenses in 1985. And now he's president of LAN Associates, which just celebrated its 50th anniversary, responsible for the overall management of over 80 employees. And glad to welcome today on the show Mr. Kenneth Karle. Kenneth, welcome to Live from Trenton. Good morning to you.
Thank you. Good morning. Thanks for having us on the show.
It is a pleasure. And, you just had a big event celebrating 50th anniversary as a firm in New Jersey. The firm, of course, founded in Paterson back in 1965 by John Laws. And now you're based in Midland Park, New Jersey, but you have offices also in Orange County, New York, up in Goshen, and in Trumbull, Connecticut. But, Ken, the stats I came up with, 29,000 projects throughout the region, over $100 million of construction each year in municipal, educational, hospitality, ecclesiastical, church, senior living, and private clients. That's a big task for LAN Associates. Tell me a little bit about the company.
Well, first of all, thank you for having us on the show. LAN is celebrating their 50th year. Hard to believe. I've been with the company since 1978. Also hard to believe. We are a full-service architectural and engineering firm. We've also included some other allied professions such as surveying, environmental engineering, land planning, also that we can provide good service, good comprehensive service to our clients. Our projects often entail the full gamut of disciplines needed for site development, buildings, revitalization. So we are full service. We have architects, we have engineers, we have surveyors, we have mechanical, electrical, plumbing, and other specialties. So that way we can provide a full service for our clients.
Hey, Ken, tell me, what inspired you to get into architecture?
Well, I don't know. The corny story is I used to watch Mr. Ed when I was a kid, and he was an architect with a talking horse. So what better job could there be than that? But the reality is, the three-dimensional aspect of design always appealed to me. The idea of providing a solution, a three-dimensional spatial solution to a client's needs. It's just very pleasing when you can meet with a client, listen to what they're trying to obtain, and then hopefully suggest maybe even some other ways to achieve the desirable results for them. So we try to provide a solution that meets their needs, is adequate, and has a certain beauty to it as well.
With 50 years of history here in the state, can you describe for our audience, some of the highlights, some of the major projects that LAN has completed in New Jersey?
Yeah, well, working out of northern New Jersey, of course, we have great influence in the Bergen-Passaic area, but we also occasionally foray into Manhattan and other surrounding areas. I know when I was starting out, some of the bigger projects we were doing back in the late 70s and early 80s was computer facility design, which, thinking back, we were doing, for instance, a $5 million state-of-the-art computer facility for Paramount Pictures in Midtown Manhattan. And what I realized is that the amount of computing power in that room for $5 million is probably it's far less than what's in your cell phone today. So these are amazing jobs. Some other highlights. I remember Passaic High School. We put a major math and science wing addition on that. It was one of my projects. A senior living facility down in Asbury Park. It's a 20 25-story building right on the ocean. We just rehabilitated that about 5 years ago, working around seniors in an occupied condition to revitalize the facade of the building and make great energy improvements. So jobs like that are unique and satisfying. We think it might be the highest building on the Jersey coast between Jersey City and Atlantic City. And of late, we're rebuilding a school in Edison that had burned down, so we're fast-tracking that and providing a new state-of-the-art facility for the children that are now housed temporarily in another school. So one thing I love about the job is the variety, and every day is different.
Yeah, that you just mentioned the school. That's the James Monroe Elementary School in Edison that had the horrible fire there about a year ago.
That's correct.
Ken, let me ask you, how do you feel building design? Has building design changed at all in New Jersey over the years?
Oh, it sure has. I mean, the technology, especially to materials. I mean, a lot of what we do is specify, the actual materials that make up a building. So everything from, of course, energy efficiency has vastly improved, but, roofing, cladding, waterproofing systems, lighting, mechanical. It has just come so far and continues to come so far that the buildings we're doing today are better than ever. They work better, they're more efficient, they're more interactive. We can get, it always amazes me when we get some old historic blueprints from, say, the 1920s of a school, and there might be 7 sheets of drawings, and 3 of them are trim details. And now the same project will probably have 150 sheets of drawings with technology systems and lighting that didn't even exist in those days. And it's just amazing how progress keeps moving forward.
Is technology what drives the trends that you see?
I think it still comes back to the basics of good design. I mean, we're creating space for people, and technology is a component of it, but we don't let that get ahead of just good design, good natural light, spaces that feel good, make people happy, spaces with natural ventilation. These are the ingredients of a good building. It always amazes me when people really like a space we've done. One of the common denominators is often just good natural light, far beyond aesthetics and everything else, just good natural light. So these are the principles we try to bring into our projects.
How difficult it is now. You have a staff of over 80. You're managing projects in various sectors. How do you keep that all together? Because there's so much involved, especially when you have to prepare for a bid with a township or a municipality, or you have clients that you're dealing with on an ongoing basis with existing projects, and then those that you're starting up. How does that all get managed?
Well, it's a series of moving parts. Part of the fun of the job is you're always working on something different, or you're always in a different phase of a project. Many of our projects literally last years, if not even a decade, some of the bigger ones. But in terms of staff, I've come to realize that every person has a certain skill, a certain passion that they excel at. To find someone that excels in every single area is very difficult, but you can always find someone that's very good at something. So one of my jobs is to match the skill set of the person to the job at hand. And, there's the old saying, if you do what you love, you never have to work another day in your life. And that makes employees happy when you can match them to the things they're naturally good at, because they'll excel and they'll get good job satisfaction. And the other side, nothing worse than matching someone to a task that they're just not good at. And, some people are very good at design, some are good at interacting, some are good at talking to people, some are good at, working alone at their desk. So I think in any business, key is to get good people around you and to put them into what they're naturally good at doing.
Now, as an architectural firm, you have to work very closely with municipalities, with schools, with planning boards. How hard is that as a company?
Well, I think one thing that helps make us successful is being shepherds, if you will, or providing background leadership by steering or helping the project move in a direction that benefits everybody, knowing some of the regulatory pitfalls, knowing, public relations, what people are looking for, what trends are. There's more than a few projects right now where our team may involve consultants and or clients throughout a multi-state area. I have one project right now where the team literally includes people from Baltimore, Philadelphia, Rochester, New York, Richmond, Virginia, as well as the metropolitan area on one project. So you get that talent, you match it together, and you try to provide leadership and focus. I think that's part of our role.
What project is that? What kind of project is that?
That's a senior living project for the Christian Healthcare Center in Wyckoff, where they've assembled a really talented team of marketing professionals and management advisors and financial planners, and of course architects and engineers, which is our role, to provide a really nice state-of-the-art senior living facility that should begin construction in about 2 years. So that's where our job is helping to shepherd that process and providing good design.
Now, earlier we mentioned the school in the James Monroe Elementary School in Edison.
Yes.
Now, you walk in, that's a terrible situation. The school burns down. The kids are displaced. They're in occupying classrooms, I believe, at Middlesex County College, and then they got moved to St. Cecilia's in Island. But, you're designing a school. Are you building that from scratch where it's a totally new design from the original?
Yes and no. Totally new design. We're actually matching the footprint. That way we avoid site plan issues and neighbor concerns. We match the footprint that was there. But other than that, it pretty much is from scratch. And the beauty of that, even though it's a tragedy, is that we can bring the new spaces that they were missing, the state-of-the-art features that didn't exist in 1964 when the building was built. And, of course, the latest fire safety will be in the building, including sprinkler systems and state-of-the-art fire detection. So we're really excited about that project where we can sort of fast-track a nice revitalization project from scratch. We have fun with it. The school's going to benefit. They're probably going to be able to operate a bigger building with more kids at less operating costs because of the new technologies. Plus, give them air conditioning and full Wi-Fi networks, wireless, everything else that they were lacking. They never had a gym, so they're going to get a gym. They had very tight rooms and cafeteria space, which will all be expanded. So this to us was a wonderful project, and part of it was just to hit the ground running, to get the design done, the drawings out to bid right away. It's good for us, good for the construction industry, it's creating jobs. And it's coming out of the ground right now, and it's supposed to go live for the next school year, not this school year, but the next school year, and we're on schedule. So very satisfying to do that.
And you also do a lot of engineering work, too. Is there a current project of note?
Oh, boy, we do so many engineering retrofits from heating, ventilating, and air conditioning to electrical. Hurricane Sandy created a ton of emergency generator projects, and I'm talking campus-wide type emergency power systems where entire campuses are now on emergency power. There's really a new paradigm for backup systems since Hurricane Sandy. Things we rarely thought about before.
I'm sure it changed a lot for you.
It really did. So, those are things where no architecture at all, but just a lot of engineering and also industrial engineering and technology support for some industry in the area.
Well, Ken, we have about 30 seconds. I told you early on it would go quick, but tell listeners out there how they can get in touch with LAN Associates.
Oh, well, certainly LAN Associates, simple phone number, 201-447-6400. We're on the Internet, of course. Full-service firm. It should pop right up under LAN Associates. We appreciate the opportunity to give some insights, and like I say, what what we love doing is bringing value to a project and meeting our clients' needs and exceeding them.
Ken Karle, I thank you for joining us this morning on Live from Trenton. My pleasure.
Thank you.